It's the day of the thing. Napoleon, the traffic AI. I'm gonna go to this meeting real quick. So the traffic AI. Let me get out of the screen. I, I'm kind of hyped for still, even though it may be something small and minor. It's kind of nice. Let me just share it right now. Actually, here we are. I'm gonna hide myself. I'm gonna hide myself while I show the preview. But yeah, I'll hide YouTube chat. Why not? Hide indeed. Trailer. All right, this is the right one. Okay, okay, just making sure. No, who are you? You're not traffic guy. They put the wrong thing in here. Oh, let's go back and find some other page or something. This is no. This was. Oh, they placed the wrong thing in the wrong tab. Wow.
People are the lifeblood of your city. As they move through it, they set the city's pulse. Not in the cold rhythms of code, but with the variability and pace of a real city. So you should expect the same order and chaos that emerges when countless individual decisions are made all at once. It's a level of vibrant realism you've never seen before, and it's powered by the deep simulation of traffic AI. How people move from A to B in your city is called pathfinding. Previously, pathfinding meant choosing the shortest route by distance.
Yep,
But
hated it.
ignoring factors like travel time and traffic congestion was less than ideal. Pathfinding has changed. In City Skylines 2, four main factors influence how people move through your city. These factors are called pathfinding costs. People weigh up these costs to decide where to go and how to get there. The path with the lowest cost is the path they choose. But how people weigh up these costs is very different. To help you understand, let's walk through the four pathfinding costs. Time is usually the most important pathfinding cost. Everyone will pick their quickest route to their destination if they can. Comfort is another pathfinding cost. Who doesn't want a smooth journey? Wouldn't you avoid tricky intersections if you could? The availability, convenience, and cost of parking will now impact where people choose to go and how to get there. Easy parking is actually the deciding factor for some people when choosing where to socialize and spend their money. That's another pathfinding cost: money. Fuel, parking, and public transport tickets can seriously add up. So it's a factor in where people choose to go and how they get there. The final factor influencing pathfinding is behavior, or how likely people are to engage in risky maneuvers on the road. U-turns, lane hopping, and speeding can reduce travel times, lower fuel consumption, and avoid some of the inconvenient aspects of travel. To keep pathfinding costs low, people will reroute if something happens on their journey. For example, if they get caught behind a traffic accident that takes too long to clear, they'll find another way to get where they're going. Hang on. Traffic accidents? Afraid so. Drivers can lose control and crash their vehicles into traffic and buildings. Yikes. You see, things like wet roads, extreme weather events, and the time of day can increase the risk of a collision. But it's actually poor road conditions that should keep you awake at night. Want to reduce the risk of serious mishaps? Send your road maintenance crew out ASAP. Traffic AI has improved pathfinding so much that you can now grow a larger population. But remember, a big population brings opportunities and challenges. 2 info views can help you plan and react when life takes a left turn. Traffic Info View takes the guesswork out of traffic management. It delivers a real-time overview of how much traffic is on your road network and traffic, so you can resolve problems quickly. Deep simulation transforms the movement of
I like this
people,
image.
goods, and services through your city into the pulsing reality of a living, breathing city. But how people choose their path? That is always a response to the world around them. A world of your creation.
Let me get myself back up over here. So I like what I see. The fact that they'd already mentioned traffic before, but traffic accidents before, always already a cool thing. I guess they just showed it off again, just so you can get a better understanding. But I do like the features that I see, especially. Let me just go back some portion.
People.
What I should do is actually go through the dev diary first before I do this. But let's go through the dev diary first before I mention anything else. I'm gonna read through this whole thing. So back when I'm development, yes, I read the whole speech that they said in the beginning. So difference between the cities and cities 2. Yeah, this is the one that I tried not to read. I didn't want to spoil myself yet. I only watched the trailer before, so I don't know anything here. So Pathfinder works. It's 2. Proximity based, so everything they said before. Pathfinding costs. So these are the things with comfort. Comfort is one that I might honestly have a problem with when they explained it. So it includes planning a route to be as smooth as possible, avoiding any unnecessary turns at junctions. I might have a problem with this because I might do something unnecessary. But money, when I heard money, she said the cost for fuel as well as transportation and parking. So is fuel a factor in this game now? Like their gas prices and things like that? Well, I guess we'll see. Behavior, willingness, and make dangerous. Yes. For Elder's age group as well. For teens, the most important factor is money. Makes sense. Citizens weigh all pathfinding factors when making decisions, aiming for the lowest overall pathfinding cost. See my intersections. I'll make unnecessary intersections. Service vehicles are ordered based on the lowest overall pathfinding costs. And when new orders are made, they take into account the distance and the. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. All of this list. I'm more curious in the other stuff. So land usage. Didn't mention this before. Let's see. Sea Skylines 2 vehicles use more lanes. They try to optimize road usage to allow for as smooth as possible traffic. Nice. Instead of using one lane, they use all. Good. Like to see that. Occupying all available lanes as they travel to their destination. This means that if one lane is multi-lane road, they will fill various vehicles in red traffic lights. New vehicles arriving at the intersection close to empty. Good. I always want this because it was annoying in City Skylines 2 or 1. On multi-lane roads, vehicles can overtake. They can overtake slower vehicles. Finally, I'm hoping there's a POV version of this where I could just watch them overtake people. Vehicles also switch lanes to avoid completely blocked lanes due to a traffic accident. So that's what I was hoping for. I wanted to know if they were smart enough to avoid the traffic route available, which they are actually in this game. So that's rather cool. And they also try to give room for emergency to be good as well, because I hated when they block them. That's actually really nice. They try to simulate real-world actions. Move out of the way for emergency vehicles. That's pretty cool. What is this image here showing? Vehicles adapt to traffic on the roads to improve traffic flow, so they use all lanes. I will say their lane management is wrong again. They should really have a turn lane on this side. I'm just saying, but that's cool. So traffic simulations, agents, and performance. Performance doesn't mean game performance. The traffic simulation is complex in City Skylines 2. In addition to the calculating their path, all vehicles and pedestrians take into account their nearby agents at all times as they navigate streets, the path of the city. Agents make decisions affecting traffic flow multiple times while traveling, separate from their pathfinding decisions. These include accelerating along traffic, braking to slow down, avoiding oncoming traffic when making turns. That's nice. Because in Cities 1, they don't do that. They just kind of go through them. So they try to avoid colliding. Does that mean if they collide, it'll be an accident? Because the trailer did show some of that, where they slow down and let a vehicle, or even a person cross the street, they slow down as well. I mean, City Skylines 1 does that too, but not as well. They still go through each other. Switching lanes to optimize traffic flow and making pathfinding decisions when unexpected events such as traffic accidents occur on the route originally planned. I did see his video that he made. This means pathfinding calculations are more numerous and more in-depth in City Skylines as the agents have more features affecting their decisions. However, the calculations are more efficient, resulting in higher performance across the board as the pathfinding and simulation among their calculations take advantage of all available processing power of your multi-core CPUs. Good. I got 8 cores, and I'll tell you, not all 8 of them are being used. I think. You know, I can't say that until I prove that wrong, but we'll see. Where to go? As a major improvement of the first game of the series, City Skylines 2 doesn't feature hard limits for agents moving around the city. Overall, the performance of the simulation and pathfinding is vastly improved, which means larger populations are possible. Only real limits the simulation are the hardware limitations. Does that mean we have unlimited citizen instance? If the only limit is your computer? I'm hoping that means there's unlimited citizen instance. To give it large cities with large citizens, travel, work, leisure. That's good. I'm hoping that's what it means, what they're saying. Roundabout behavior. We talked about roundabouts in the last development diary, covering how they're built, that it isn't important. Only improvements. Traffic simulation also takes into account the rules regarding roundabout entry and exit. Vehicles entering the roundabout gives way to those already on it. However, just like in real life, vehicles might cut in front of another vehicle already on it, of course, just like real life. If a suitable opportunity arises, this is a part of our agent's behavior, which is always looking for a suitable spot to improve the traffic flow by changing lanes or sneaking through an intersection at the last minute. Not yet. Actually, I think tomorrow might be the day where you get your land. You can claim land. If I finish what I'm going to do today, tomorrow might be the day. And traffic accidents. How on earth did you do that? The game features traffic accidents where vehicles lose control and crash into their buildings. There's bad drivers. The likelihood of the accident happening is calculated per road segment, which is increased by the features such as road conditions, lighting conditions, weather, and disasters. I'm curious about the disasters. Unless it just means like regular disasters, but I'm assuming it means like weather disasters or natural disasters. I'm assuming that. Keeping roads in good condition by using road maintenance vehicles. Yes, we discovered that last week. Having streetlights. Having streetlights is a good way to. No, not traffic lights, just streetlights. I thought they meant traffic lights. When an accident check succeeds on a road segment, a vehicle on the segment is selected randomly to lose control. Randomly. Gotcha. The vehicle is pushed in a random direction, gaining simple collision and physics to allow it to hit obstacles on its way. So it can destroy a lot of things on its way. Does it destroy buildings? I'm curious. If a vehicle collides with another agent, it also gains collision and physics for the accident's duration. Accident sites need to be secured by the police and road maintenance respectively. The situation halts traffic on the lanes that are affected. On the lanes that are affected, good. By the accident, and the vehicles wait until the road is clear before continuing their way. Ambulances might also be called to the site, depending if it was severe or not. That's cool as well. So ambulance, police, and the vehicle, and the maintenance vehicles all arrive at the scene. If cleared, the site of the accident causes traffic jams for a prolonged period of time. Agents might recalculate their pathfinding. Nice. Resulting in dangerous behavior and making U-turns to find alternative routes. I like that. This right here, agents will recalculate their pathfinding, is what I want to see in this game. Because I'm tired of just even regular traffic. I'm hoping it's just for regular traffic as well. Or they change their routes. I mean, they did say that in the trailer, I think. I gotta re-listen to it. So if more lanes are free, vehicles will use them to avoid the site of accident. Oh, taxi. It's a nice looking taxi. Parking is a new feature in City Skylines 2. And one of the 4 main aspects of pathfinding. Agents consider available parking spaces when they calculate pathfinding and decide how they travel to their destination. Usually the most comfortable option for the agent is to be able to park on the lot of the building that they're traveling to. If that is not possible, they would choose either another parking option or a different method of transportation. The lack of parking can lead the citizens preferring their other places for their activities, such as choosing different locations or for shopping or leisure time. Good. That's good then if they do recalculate for normal. Oh, simulation. Gonna look really good running. Citizen age groups have different preferences when it comes to travel comfort time. Well, comfort time and money spent on traveling. Parking agents are all of those aspects. In one way or another, seniors prefer comfort, and if they are parking spaces near the destination, they will most likely choose them regardless of the potential free parking fee. So seniors perform comfort. So seniors are the one that prefer comfort. And they don't care as long as they can park close. They don't care about the fee either. So adults are most concerned about time and choose places that are along the quickest route. While teens prefer least use money options. So they prefer to take the cheap parking spots, even if it means that they won't go long distance. That's me in real life. Parking choices and pathfinding cost calculations for agents can be affected by fees set for individual parking lots and buildings, as well as roadside parking fees in addition to the districts. Low or non-existent fees encourage parking for all citizen groups, while high parking fees favor wealthier citizens. So parking lots come in multiple sizes, multi-story, and underground parking structures. That's nice. I'm just realizing, yeah, it's a parking lot. It's actually a parking lot in this game. With underground and multi-story, that's pretty cool. So info views, the traffic overview. The traffic info view shows traffic flow and the volume of the city as a whole, making it easy to spot problem areas in this roadway or road network. As traffic jams all over the road in red. Traffic flow indicates how smoothly the traffic flows in the city. A higher number means that no jams are forming, while a lower number indicates that, I guess, obviously, bottlenecks and things like that. Lastly, traffic volume also shows many vehicles travel on the road. High volumes of traffic, yes. This is volume. They didn't show the other one, traffic flow. I mean, they said it, but they didn't show it. But I guess it's fine. Road info view. Road info view shows more in-depth information about a single road, covering the road's condition as well as its traffic flow and volume. With these tools available, it is possible to enhance the road network very precisely. If a particular road has a large volume of traffic, it is likely that our main road and you might need to keep an eye out as the city grows and upgrade the road to a bigger road to alleviate traffic congestion in the future. Road conditions affect accident probability and travel speed negatively. Makes sense. Increasing the risk of accidents and slowing down traffic. Road maintenance vehicles keep roads in good condition and free of snow during the winter seasons, allowing smoother traffic and safer travel. So this looks like a concrete truck. It looks like. So this road needs to be fixed, I would assume. I'm assuming that. Even though it says green, but it looks like a concrete truck needs to be there. Service vehicles. When service vehicles receive orders from buildings or road segments, they calculate a suitable path to the destination. As the vehicles travel to their destination, they affect the traveled path and or its surroundings. For example, when a garbage truck receives an order to travel to the next destination to pick up garbage, they will also pick up garbage along the way. Okay. Similarly, road maintenance vehicles will repair the segments of the road that they travel to their current destination. I believe garbage trucks do that in this game already. I'm pretty sure they do. Emergency vehicles such as police cars and fire trucks have additional rules affecting their pathfinding. Their behaviors are more dangerous, makes sense, compared to citizens. Other service vehicles and delivery vehicles, they are able to make illegal U-turns if it shortens their route to their destinations. If possible, their other vehicles give way to the emergency vehicles by switching lanes on multi-lane roads. Police patrols have additional rules to their behavior as they can override their patrol duties, decreasing crime probability in the areas they travel through. If an emergency, such as a robbery, there's robberies. I mean, I guess we don't really know what kind of crime we have in City Skylines 1, but I guess they just call it robbery here. Robbery, traffic accidents take place. Public transportation vehicles travel on designated lines, with the exception of taxis, which are able to freely select their routes according to their pathfinding rules, similar to private vehicles. Initially, they pick up fares at taxi stands. The taxi adopts upgrades. They pick up the fares anywhere in the city. Guess that makes sense. Hello, Cuboid. I redacted. And service vehicle operators can be limited to player created districts. In these cases, the vehicles only answering orders and respond to emergencies in their districts. Any city service one or more district. So that's basically almost like one of the mods that we have. Transfer manager, I believe. They're controlled by their districts, which is pretty nice. So other vehicles may give way, if possible, to emergency vehicles to reach their destination faster. So yeah, it looks like this guy drove in and no, you're flipped over. You're on your side. Wait, that's the accident. Hey, Michelle, help me at all. I don't know if you pulled over or if that's an accident or not. Traffic between other cities. The game also features traffic between other cities from one outside connection to the next. This traffic does not contribute to the city's economy, but the traffic can become part of the overall traffic flow as the city grows and the highway are integrated throughout the city's road networks. If the player builds a shorter route between the two outside connections, the traffic between those cities will change to use the newly created option if it is more cost efficient in regarding to path finding. So you can add new outside connections when you reach the edge tiles. So the outside connections are actually not even outside the map. Actually very just on the tile itself. You want to expand it on... So there is an end, I'm assuming. I don't think the game allows you to go completely outside of the tile radius if they build this. And that's it. I'm excited for next week, but I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. All the stuff I see here, it's pretty nice. I do hope there's something more on the outside. I mean, I do see some trees and things like that, but I'm curious. I'm curious how this will look. Right now, what I'm seeing, I don't know if I like this, to be honest, where it just stops right here. Like at the edge tile, I'm hoping... I don't know, it just looks weird to me. How it just stops right here. But other than that, I think everything else is pretty nice. I'm gonna rewatch the trailer again. I'm just gonna pause it where I see things that I notice.
Are the lifeblood of your city. As they move through it, they set the city's pulse. Not in the cold rhythms of code, but with the very...
I just pause it because of the advertisements. There's a lot of ads on these buildings. That's normal. I mean, is it? I mean, it's normal for cities to do that.
Ability and pace of a real city.
But they do have pedestrian streets, which I did see. So they have pedestrian streets and pedestrian streets on tram roads, which is cool already. So they pretty much almost got plazas and promenade stuff in here.
The same order and chaos that emerges when countless individual decisions are made all at once. It's a level of vibrant realism you've never seen before, and it's powered by the deep simulation of traffic AI. How people move from A to B in your city is called pathfinding. Previously, pathfinding meant choosing the shortest route by distance, but ignoring factors like travel time and traffic congestion was less than ideal. Pathfinding has changed. In City Skylines 2...
Yeah, this guy. They slow for people until they find an opening, which is pretty nice. Also, this road doesn't have a sidewalk. Like, yeah, they slow down, wait for them to pass, then you go, and it's clear.
These factors are...
That's true. I always forget that you can do that. The replace tool is really handy, honestly. So maybe the replace tool actually got rid of the sidewalk, now that you mentioned that. either get rid of it or it never had it or things like that. Also, that's a really dangerous railroad crossing. I don't think anyone would have the chance to go across these roads, to be honest. Didn't realize that, but that's a those are nodes are well. That railroad crossing is close.
Main factors influence how people move through your city. These factors are called pathfinding costs. People weigh up these costs to decide where to go and how to get there. The path with the lowest cost is the path.
Ooh, the way that truck's wheels sink into the road.
Decide where to go and how to get there.
I'm staring at that.
The lowest cost is the path they choose. But how people weigh up these costs is very different. To help you understand, let's walk through the 4 pathfinding costs. Time is usually the most important pathfinding.
Oh, when you pause, you see a nice trail, but these traffic lights don't even work.
Cost. Everyone will pick their quickest route to their destination if they can. Comfort is another pathfinding cost.
Comfort.
Who doesn't want a smooth journey? Wouldn't you avoid tricky intersections if you could?
No.
The availability can.
Let me see the intersection real quick.
Wouldn't you avoid tricky intersections?
I never would. I go the tricky intersection every single time. Is this tricky? Not even tricky at all. It's rather simple. However, are all these cars turning here? No, they're really packed up right in this spot. Come from the bridge, wrap around.
If you could. The availability, convenience, and cost of parking will now impact where people choose to go and how to get there. Easy parking is actually the deciding factor for some people when.
So I thought parking was a thing that you can just like draw on the road, but does it come with actual parking lots that you could just make?
Factor.
Wait. Indy, you bring a good point.
Choosing where to socialize,
I don't know if it's that specific, but
finding cost, money, fuel, parking, and public transport tickets can
fuel, parking, and public transport.
And where people choose to go and how they get there. The final factor influencing pathfinding is behavior, or how likely people are to engage in risky maneuvers on the road.
Oh, I hate that driving.
Turns, lane hopping, and
that's dangerous. You know, that was an accident right there. I don't know if you saw that, but he hit that pole.
Maneuvers on the road. U-turns,
right there. Bang. He's gonna hit that pole. That's an accident right there to happen.
Speeding can reduce travel times, lower fuel consumption, and avoid some of the.
Who said the city's incredibly noisy? I can barely hear myself think. Like Starby.
Aspects of travel. To keep pathfinding costs low, people will reroute if something happens on their journey. For example, if they get caught behind a traffic
I like this.
that takes too.
Why's the fire truck here? Oh, this car slipped over. I didn't even see that. I like the fact that they can make U-turns in the middle of a road and not just in a node. I kind of like that. Then again, I don't know how nodes work in this game, but still, kind of like that they don't need nodes to do anything.
They'll find another way to get where they're going. Hang on. Traffic accidents? Afraid so.
He's got bad tires. He got smooth tires.
Into traffic and buildings. Yikes. You see, things like wet roads, extreme weather events, and the time of day can increase the risk of a collision. But it's actually poor road conditions that should keep you awake at night. Want to reduce the risk of serious mishaps?
No.
Send your road maintenance crew out ASAP. Traffic AI has improved pathfinding so much that you can now grow a larger population. But remember, a big population brings opportunities and challenges. 2 info views can help you plan and react when.
Look at this. So, parking lots and buildings. I guess that's the buildings for the parking lots. Okay, maintenance depots and road maintenance vehicles and road conditions. I like this one. It's because the road tools that you have now, they're not really useful at all. You could just live without it. If Snowfall had like this kind of stuff in the DLC, I would say it would be worth it just to see what it's like. But it doesn't, and it just gives you a weird building that doesn't really do much. But if it did this, that'd be really cool.
Life takes a left turn. Traffic Info View takes the guesswork out of traffic management. It delivers a real-time overview of how much traffic is on your road network and traffic, so you can resolve problems quickly. Deep simulation.
I love this image. This is a nice image. A really nice image, honestly. The bridge right here, the Golden Gate Bridge right here, even though it's white. And the little highway passing below. Very reminiscent of the Brooklyn Bridge, I'd say. Kind of. Not really, but kind of.
It transforms the movement of people, goods, and services through your city into the pulsing reality of a living, breathing city.
And I did notice this. Well, first off, there's a passing lane. If you people in Europe don't know. Yeah, you can't go across a yellow line. Well, specifically a double yellow line. You're not supposed to go across those two. However, when the lane is like this means you can pass from only in this direction that the vehicle is in. So this maintenance vehicle, you can pass a vehicle if they're going slow, pass them and come back in. Same thing if it's the other way around. If it's a dash line, they both can cross. So what it's saying here is that only this one can cross. You can't because it's still solid, since this one's dashed. Yellow lines just mean opposite traffic is passing the other way. That's all yellow lines mean. Like, it could be a solid white line, like a double solid white line, that also means don't cross. Or just a solid white line also means don't cross, really. But yeah, that's the rules of a yellow line. Yellow just represents opposing traffic. That's it. What I did want to say here,
into the pulsing reality of a living,
but this truck has high beams. He turns it off when he sees his vehicle.
breathing city.
And then when this one passes, he turns it on. They have high beams in this game, and they actually can see them.
Their path, that is always a response to the world around them. A world of your creation.
But when they turn around, I guess that's the illegal U-turn that they're talking about. They just turn around and find a better path. The illegal U-turn that they were talking about here. Also, the game comes with this. That's pretty cool. I'll start exactly all over. Let me turn on my face cam right now. But I do like this update. Not update, this, I guess, feature that they brought. All of them except for the roundabout behavior, you know, I don't really care for this one too much, but everything else is pretty nice. But my excitement is for next week. Public and cargo transportation. If what they said, where cars prevent themselves from colliding or hitting people, I wonder if that means... Do trains also stop for other trains? Can trains collide and cause accidents? Can they crash? A little devastating, yes, but I'm curious if that means they can crash. Unless they didn't think that too far with the train side, which I'd be pretty mad about myself. That's pretty cool so far. I like this. I like it. And how are you, Biscotti? This game has been running in the background the entire time. But with that being said, let me actually stop